Okay, so I guess we can get started. Hello, everybody. Good morning and welcome to our Toronto School of Management EAP, or English for Academic Purposes webinar. Today, we are going to be talking a little bit about the benefits of studying English in Canada with Toronto School of Management. Can we go to the next slide, please? Hello. Okay, so today our topics are, first, we're going to tell you a little bit about our EAP program and how this is different from other ESL programs. So EAP versus ESL. Next, we're going to talk about the program structure, the levels, and the current schedule that we offer here. Then we're going to talk about the benefits of the EAP program. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the benefits of living in our city of Toronto. Why come to Toronto? We have also invited a couple of our fabulous current EAP students who are going to tell us a little bit about their experience here in Toronto and in our EAP program. And then we'll get into about how to apply for the program and for the other programs at TSoM. And then a little bit about our GCAS English test, which is our free placement test that we offer before you start your program. Next slide, please. So first of all, just a little bit of an introduction of who we have today for our webinar. Can we go to the next slide? We're both here. But anyway, I'll introduce myself first. My name is Hannah Pyo, and I am the EAP manager for Toronto School of Management. I oversee basically the running of this program. I take care of teachers, student schedules, curriculum, basic, all of the program delivery, etc., all of those things. And we also have here Courtney. Courtney, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. I'm Courtney McFarlane, and I am the EAP program coordinator. So if you need any help over the course of your program, if you have any questions, I'm the person you will come to. Okay, next slide. So what is the EAP program and how is it different from other ESL programs? Next slide, please. So EAP stands for English for Academic Purposes, and this program is designed for students who want to improve their writing, communication, and critical thinking skills so that they can excel academically and professionally. So our program integrates reading, writing, listening, and speaking skills with an academic focus. We adopt a communicative approach to language learning, and we focus on active participation so that we can develop students' ability to succeed in academic settings. Next slide, please.
Thank you, Courtney. Sorry, just to kind of go off of what Courtney was saying, if we're comparing an EAP program with an ESL program, ESL is a general English as a second language program. So you're going to be learning general skills, how to have conversations, how to, order food in a restaurant, things like that. In an EAP program, an academic English program, you do learn some of these things. Of course, you are communicating with the other students and the teacher in your class. You are, building those social skills. But on top of that, you're learning things with an academic focus, right? So you're learning things like presentation skills, right? So rather than having small talk or talking about the weather or something like that, you're also going to be talking about how to properly introduce a topic in front of your peers, how to organize your ideas during a presentation, and you're also going to be learning those phrases, those those sentences and phrases on how to present properly. You also learn formal writing structure, how to write business emails, how to write essays, paragraph structure. You also learn how to, reference sources and to properly cite sources, which is a very important thing when you are attending, Canadian colleges like Toronto School of Management. Okay, so next, talking a little bit about the program structure, the levels, and our schedule. Can we go to the next slide, please? So just a little bit about the way that our program is structured here. We have 6 levels in our program, and they range from level 1, which is our lowest, and level 6, which is our highest. One level is 8 weeks in duration, and they are separated into 2 different modules. So 4 weeks and 4 weeks creates one level. Our EAP 1 level, you can see here on the chart, is an equivalent to about a 3.5 or a 4, which is quite low. And level 6 is our highest, from an IELTS score of about 6 to 6.5. So you can see, students of all levels can be placed and start in any one of our EAP levels. The duration of your EAP program depends on what level you're placed in. So, for example, you take a test or you show us a proof of English proficiency test, and you are placed in our EAP 3 program level, and you are planning to attend our certificate program. If that's the case, you will need to finish EAP 3. So you will need to finish 8 weeks of EAP. If you are planning to take a TSoM diploma program, you will need to complete a level of EAP 4. So that's EAP 3 plus EAP 4, 16 weeks altogether. So this is basically how the levels and the structure is done. In terms of our schedule, can we go to the next slide, please? Thank you. Our class schedule is a really, positive benefit that we have for our students here. We offer a blended schedule. We also offer an online schedule, completely online schedule. The blended schedule is studying a little bit online and a little bit in person. All of the classes are synchronous, which means that they are led by a teacher. So if it's an online class, if it is a in-person campus class, there's always a teacher and there is always interaction involved. One of the best things about our program is that it's very communicative and it's very interactive. So whether or not it's online or whether or not it's in person, students are always participating, they're always involved, and the teachers are always receiving feedback and connecting with the students. So we have Monday online classes, Wednesday online classes, Friday online classes, and then on Tuesday and Thursday afternoons, we have in-person classes here at our TSoM campus at 22 College Street. They are 20 hours a week, so they are very intensive live classes. But, this is so that students are able to learn everything that they are required to learn and achieve this progress in the shortest amount of time possible. Can we go to the next slide, please? All right, so I think over to Courtney to talk about the program benefits.
Okay, so what are the benefits of this EAP program at the Toronto School of Management? Can we go to the next slide, please? So this program is a blended program, as Hannah just explained, that allows you to get a really solid foundation in academic reading, writing, listening, and speaking. So those 4 skills. You're going to develop problem solving and critical thinking skills. You're going to learn to communicate effectively and confidently and participate in class discussions. You're going to learn a lot about time management and study skills that will set you up for success. And you're going to do a lot of writing practice. You're going to learn how to write an academic essay and how to do the research for that essay. So that's, again, Like Hannah was saying, the difference between a regular ESL class and EAP is we are really focusing on those academic and research skills. And of course, you're going to improve your vocabulary and your grammar as well. Next slide, please. So why would you come to Toronto? Next slide, please. So why Toronto? So as you might already know, Toronto is the largest city in Canada and the 4th largest city in North America. So we have over 9 million inhabitants in the GTA, and the GTA is the Greater Toronto Area. So you have Toronto and the surrounding areas. There are about 9 million people, maybe more. And we are the proud home of citizens representing over 200 ethnic origins. So you will absolutely meet people from all over the world in Toronto, probably in your first week when you arrive here. You will meet so many wonderful people. And of course, Toronto is the, pardon me, the economic and business hub of Canada. So it may not be the capital, but it's the business capital. It's the economic capital. It's the cultural capital. It's just a wonderful city. Can you tell I love it? It's really the ideal city to begin your career and your Canadian life and networking. And of course, your fellow students, your classmates are going to be from all over the world, and they're going to have similar goals that you have. So Toronto is really a great place. Next slide, please. Now we're going to introduce you to some of our amazing students. They are going to tell you a little bit about their experience. Are they here? I think they're coming. There they are. Good morning. Hello. So we have Antonio from Spain, and we have Monaco from Japan. And Antonio and Monaco have been with us for about 3 months. Four. They've been with us for a while, and they're smiling, so you can see that they're happy. So Antonio and Monaco, I'm going to ask you some questions about your experience at the Toronto School of Management. So, I mean, my first question, and this one's for Monaco. Monaco, why did you choose Toronto, and how is your life here?
Okay, the reason I choose Toronto to study English was that I thought I can make friends all over the world. Before I came to Toronto, I wanted to touch other countries' culture. Then I looked for the place I will study abroad. I thought Toronto is the best place for me. And then I spent great time here. Toronto has fascinating culture, I think. There are not only multicultural place, food, people, but also convenient and entertaining. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Monaco. How about you, Antonio? Why did you choose Toronto, and how is your life in Toronto?
I chose Toronto because it's a multicultural city, and yeah, I can meet people from different countries and learn something for another people with from Japan or another countries. And yeah, my life in Toronto is great because I have friends from all over the world, and every day I learn new things around different cultures.
Nice, I like that. And Antonio, I have another question for you. Why did you want to learn English anyway? Why?
Well, I decided to study English to work in a multinational company because my goal is working in Microsoft, and Toronto is perfect for study English and for want a good big company.
Okay, so you wanted to work in a multinational company, specifically Microsoft. I love this goal. I love it. Monica, what about you? Why did you want to study English?
The most important reason was to expand my possibilities in the future. In Japan, people studied English on public school, but mostly cannot speak English. I was frustrated that I couldn't speak English, even though I was learning. That's why I wanted to change myself and expand my possibilities to learn English.
Nice, nice. I like that. Thank you, Monica. Antonio, what do you like about the EAP program at the Toronto School of Management?
I like AP program because it's designed to prepare a student for academic success English institutions. And the program is focuses on developing essential language skills, and we need these skills for programs like marketing, cybersecurity, and more. And this program helped me a lot with these skills.
Okay, thanks, Antonio. And how about you, Monica? What do you like about the TSoM EAP program?
Yeah, we can study English from various perspectives. For example, reading and listening exercise allows students to learn about, for example, science, medicine, and space, and many other things while learning English. Yeah, so yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Thanks, Monica. And on the other side, Monica, what's been the most challenging aspect of the program for you?
Well, it's difficult for me to say I want. When I first started living here, I didn't understand something people say. I've spent hard time, but I talked to my teacher about that. He introduced listening or speaking practice in class for me. Yeah, so yeah, I'm so appreciate that. Yeah.
And Antonio, how about you? What's been the biggest challenge?
For me, general English can present a challenge because the pronunciation and the grammar rules sometimes is hard. But yeah, but TSoM provides resources tailored to address specific language, and they help me for grammar because they have exercise, and the teacher is all time checking the grammar and pronunciation. They correct you because if you have any mistake, they correct, and this is I really like this.
Okay. Hannah, do you have any questions for our students? I think Hannah's still here.
I do. Thank you. Antonio, Monica, thank you guys so much for talking to us and telling us a little bit about your life in Toronto and your experience at EAP. I have one more question. So I think maybe we have some people here who are thinking about coming to Toronto, maybe thinking about taking the EAP program and applying to college program at Toronto School of Management, like you. Antonio, Monaco, they are our EAP students, but they are also beginning their main college programs at Toronto School of Management after they finish EAP. So, Antonio, maybe for you first, what would you say to any student who may be afraid to, come and challenge themselves to learn and improve English? Do you have any tips or advice?
Yeah. Okay. The fear is a barrier that prevents you from doing what you really want. So you must overcome your fears because this is a big barrier. But I have my tip. I have a tip for learning English is to find something that motivates you, because for me, cybersecurity, because it's my program, I want to work in Microsoft, a big company, and of course I need English. And here in Toronto, is perfect because they have big companies for work, and this is a big motivation for me.
Okay, that's great. That's a really good piece of advice. Thank you, Antonio. How about you, Monaco? Do you have any tips or advice for students who are maybe scared of coming here?
Yeah, I agree with Antonio, and I'd love to say that don't be afraid about trying to talk to other people. Activity. In the beginning of my Toronto life, I'm also afraid about that. But from joining EAP class, I've had confidence for speaking English. So we need to keep going to improve our English skill, I think. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, that's really good advice. Thank you guys so much. So again, Monaco, Antonio, thank you so much for joining us. For everybody else, Antonio, like you mentioned, is in our EAP program, and after he finishes the program, you are entering the Diploma for Cybersecurity program at TSoM, right? And Monaco, when you finish this program, you are going into the Business Essentials program. Is that right? Yes. Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you again so much for joining us. Can we go to the next slide, please? So, just to talk a little bit about how to apply. So, again, the EAP program, for many students, if you are simply interested in studying academic English, it's possible. You can apply for EAP as a standalone program, just the English program. However, many of our students are planning to continue their education at Toronto School of Management or to join one of our pathway programs. So we also offer a pathway to Niagara College, Toronto, as well as Travis Institute. So it's actually very easy. It helps with the transition. Our EAP levels 5 and 6 are the higher levels, and they meet the requirements to enter Niagara College Toronto programs, as well as Travis programs. And our EAP 3 and 4 programs meet the English requirement. So this would be your English language requirement for the main program. And when you apply for them together. So it's not 2 separate applications, it's one application for both programs. That's why there's it's very convenient and it's very easy, and we start with the student and we help them transition into their main program. So that's one of the greatest, I think, benefits of EAP. There are 2 main ways to apply. You can visit us at torontosom.ca/admissions/how-to-apply for the specific details and specific information. But basically, you can apply as an individual application where you will apply through the website. You will speak to one of our in-house student advisors, and they will guide you in the process of applying for the program or programs. You can also apply through a partner referred application, and this would be through an agency. A lot of people do that. So you can also, again, go to the website for more information on that. Can we go to the next slide, please? All right. By the way, if you have any questions about the program, if you have any questions for us, or if you have any questions for our students, Monaco and Antonio, please write them in the chat. When we reach the end of our presentation, we will address any of the questions and try to answer as best as we can. So the last part of our webinar today is to talk to you about GCAS. GCAS stands for GUS Canada Assessment Services. GUS is Global University Systems. The GUS Canada Assessment Systems is the name of our in-house placement test to put you in the correct EAP level of English. Can we go to the next slide, please? Thank you. So the GCAS test is free, and it tests your speaking, listening, reading, writing skills. So there is a free test initially that you take, and then you will be able to book a time slot to have a speaking assessment with a live GCAS English assessor. It's accepted by all GUS Canada colleges, so this includes Toronto School of Management, Niagara College, Toronto, Travis, CCTB, the Language Gallery, etc. So a lot of our partner colleges over at GUS will accept this GCAS test. It's very simple. You can just go to the website. Can we go to the next slide, please? The steps are quite easy. You go to the website. The website is here below. It's gcas.guscanada.ca. There is a section to take the online test. You click Take the GCAS online test. When the student completes the test, they will receive the result right away. After they complete that portion of the test, they are able to book the interview, again, through the website. You can book a time slot, fill in all of your information, and then the GCAS team will provide you with a link on, for Zoom or etc. the way that they will administer the speaking test. You will complete your interview, and then after the interview is finished, the speaking test plus the written test combined will be your end result. And so from there, that is how we can place you in the correct EAP level, basically, right? So for example, if you achieve a level 2 on the GCAS test, that means that you will be placed in an EAP 3 class, and you will start at EAP 3, finish however many levels or weeks to start your main program or your main pathway program. All right, so can we go over to the next slide, please? Okay, so we're nearing the end of our webinar here. I'll let Courtney kind of take over from here.
Okay, so I do see, Hannah, that we have some questions in the chat. Maybe I'll read some of those out and we can answer them. Okay, let me just see, just 1 second, I'm going to scroll up. So Hannah, first question from Kavya, what if you were doing the tourism and hospitality program? Maybe Kavya means what level do you need?
Okay, yeah, so we actually at Toronto School of Management, there are a few programs related to tourism and hospitality. If you go over to the website, you can see in the program section, there are about, I think, 7 or 8 different programs that are related to hospitality and tourism. In terms of like the levels that you will need for the fundamentals program. So for example, this is the Diploma in Fundamentals of Hospitality and Tourism. You will need an EAP level of 2, which is not that high. Also, if you are taking, for example, the Diploma in Hospitality and Tourism Management Co-op program, which is a very popular program in the hospitality and tourism department, you will need to complete an EAP level of 4. Okay. Another example, if you are planning to take a certificate in customer service excellence, this is another program under the hospitality and tourism program, you will need to achieve a level 3. All of the details of what specific EAP level you need is very easy. You go to the website. The website is www.torontosom.ca. Under programs, you can click on any of the programs you are interested in. And if you go to that program where it says admission requirements, you will see there very clearly TSoM EAP level 3 or complete TSoM EAP level 4. So that is the level you will need to finish in order to begin your main program.
Hannah, thank you so much for that explanation. It looks like the person has left already, but they did have another question, which I think is a good one that might be useful for other people. They were asking, when does the EAP program start? Go ahead.
Okay, yes, that is an excellent question. Yeah. So actually, to make it easier for students to really prepare and kind of plan their time here in Toronto, we offer monthly intakes. So every month, usually at the beginning of the month, we will have an intake day. So you can start any of those days. We have 12 start dates a year, and depending on when you are planning your main TSoM program or your main NCT program, you can time so that you can, complete your EAP education right before you start. Our next intake, for example, is June 5th, 2023. That's a Monday. And then our next intake after that is July 4th. July 3rd is a holiday. And then our next one after that is beginning of August. And it continues like this. So you can start any one of those times.
Thanks, Hannah. The next question, I think I can answer this one. Is there a campus for those who apply to the EAP program? And yes, there is a campus, and it is located right in the heart, the literal heart of Toronto. It's right downtown. So when you study in our blended program, remember Hannah was talking about Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays you study online, and Tuesdays and Thursdays you come to campus. You'll be coming to our downtown Toronto campus, which is at 22, not Charles.
College.
Don't go to Charles Street. Go to 22 College, which is at College Station. It's very easy to find. So the campus is there. Another question we had is about the fees, and those are on the website, right, Hannah?
Yep, that's right. We have a separate section for our EAP program. I believe the fees depend on the year that you're planning to apply, so you can go there for more details. Again, it's torontosom.ca, and then under the program section, you can see English for academic purposes. All of the information is there.
Okay, awesome. We have a few more questions. Can we keep going? Is it
still okay?
For
sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay, awesome. These are good questions, actually. What if I'm married? Can I move to Canada with my husband? Hannah?
Sure.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, I mean, of course, every individual person needs to have the correct documents to come here. That really, all of that depends on how long you are planning to stay, what your plans are here. So, if you're coming here, for example, just to study English in our EAP program, and you're staying for less than 6 months, you can come here on a tourist visa. So you do not need any sort of study permit or anything like that if it's under 6 months for a language program. However, if you are applying for one of our college programs together with our EAP program, you will need to have those proper documents. We have great resources here at Toronto School of Management to give you some advice on the proper procedures and the proper documentation that you need before you come to Toronto. There's contact people here that you can speak to. You can ask us and we can direct you to the right people as well.
Thanks, Hannah. Oh, there was a question about the study permit or the work permit, and I think, Hannah, you answered that. It's going to always depend on your program and how long you're in the program. Ooh, there's a few good questions here. Some questions are about, the chances of getting your visa accepted. So that is a little bit outside of our control. Do you want to say a word about that, Hannah?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, all colleges in like Canada, colleges and universities, we cannot control the chances of visa acceptances. That really depends on the timing, the processing times, whether or not you are submitting the correct documents on time. A lot of people, you would be surprised, will forget to submit things on time, and that really delays the application process. The country that you're applying from, all of those things all come into play, I think, when you are applying for visas. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I can say about that.
I think sometimes when students work with an agent, the agent can help them with that process, right?
Definitely.
Some more questions. Oh, Hannah, I would like to know, this person would like to know if the EAP program is going to continue to be available online.
Fully online, we would love to, because one of the greatest things about studying online is, especially with an EAP program, is you can start in your home country, and as you are getting your visas accepted, you are able to make plans to come to Canada. We hopefully will be able to continue offering the online portion until later this year.
Okay.
I think that's, yeah.
Okay. I'm asking you all the hard questions, Hannah. We've got two more questions. So the first one, I'm living in Saudi Arabia. Can I be admitted to your college? Have we had students from Saudi Arabia?
I'm not sure, but you would have to, I would recommend that you contact a student advisor. Again, we gave that website there. If you are with an agency, you can also be in contact with your agency. They'll be able to answer those questions for you. We do accept students from most non-English speaking countries for the EAP program.
And I love this question. The last one, could EAP students join the activities hosted by TSoM? Yes, the answer is yes. And do many EAP students come to campus on days that the classes are online and hang out with other students or the staff? I love this question. I think sometimes the classes that are online, when people are online, they tend not to go to campus. So you might not see a lot of your classmates on campus, but that doesn't mean you can't make plans to meet your classmates in the lounge, in the student lounge, in the library. So you're certainly welcome to come to campus any day, I think. Is that right, Hannah?
Yeah, I would say so. One thing is that we do essentially EAP students at TSoM are TSoM students. And so again, another like fantastic benefit of the EAP program is that you're so well prepared before you even start the program. So you're one step ahead of all of the people who are starting their diploma or certificate programs. You're so comfortable already with the campus. You have met a lot of the staff. You have friends already from the EAP program. A lot of students who are going to begin the same program as you. You can participate in all of the activities that are here at the school. We also have our own activities just for EAP students. For example, we have a bi-weekly conversation club. Students love these. They come and they can meet the other EAP students. They get to chat, just practice a little bit more non-academic English speaking, I suppose. We do monthly trips to the library, and we have so many areas here that students like to meet up. There's the library here on campus. There's the student lounge. Our students do end up kind of becoming a very close-knit group, and they do like to hang out, I think, outside of classes.
Georgina from Ghana asks another good question with a million answers. So she says, how long does it take for my application to be accepted? So I think that is going to depend on so many things, because you have your application to the school and then you have your visa. What else can we say about that, Hannah?
Yeah, I would say when you apply for the school programs, any of the programs, whether it be EAP or the main program, the application process is quite quick. When you receive your offer, your letter of acceptance or your offer, that's then your responsibility or your agent's responsibility to start the applications for visas, and that's separate. That's a government application process. But in terms of the applications to be conditionally accepted for the program, it's quite fast.
So then your visa, just apply early, now, yesterday. It might take time for the visa piece. So that's the one that you want to apply as early as you can. Shaista Fahim is also asking, I'm interested in taking admission in your EAP program and diploma. I'm 45, living in Saudi Arabia, and I want to improve my English. So I think your first stop is going to be the website, our school website, and get in touch with one of our representatives, and they can help you take that first step and get the things that you need to do to apply. And Yoko has another question. I love, Yoko, you're asking some good questions here. What is the average class size for we can't wait to have you in class, both of you. What is the average class size for in-person classes? Is it small enough to get personal attention, but big enough to make friends from all over the world?
That's a really good question. Thank you. Again, another great benefit of the EAP program is that we do have small class sizes. We treat the EAP program like a language program. It's very important for teachers to be able to make connections with each student, and they need to be able to track student progress closely. Courtney and we are very involved in the students' progress as well. We connect and we talk to the teachers very regularly, almost every day, to get feedback on students. Yeah, and the students as well. We always want to make sure that students are finishing their homework, that they are attending classes on time, that they are, they are making progress, right? So when teachers, for example, they notice a student is maybe they need a little bit of help or they're having a little bit of trouble keeping up with the class, they'll contact me, they'll contact Courtney. We will reach out to the student, we will talk to them separately. We will try to give them some extra help. So small class sizes is really important for this. However, yes, we do have such a diverse group of students that you have one class of, let's say, 7 or 8 students, and you have representation from 4 or 5 different countries in that class.
Yeah. Just double checking. So Shai Stefahim, remember you're going to go to the website as your first step. I think that's it. Does anybody else have any questions? I loved all these questions. Oh, how many students per class? Okay, we talked a little bit about, oh, in the main program, any approximate, sorry, this is spinning quickly on my screen. Any approximate idea? I mean, that's going to vary by program. So when you talk about number of students in the classes in your main program, that's going to be like any college, depending on the program, will depend on the number of students. But a typical college class could have anywhere, Hannah, what do you say, between like 10 and 30 students in the main program?
I would maybe, I don't know, maybe more. The main college programs, the delivery is quite different from the academic English program, again, because we believe it's very important for students to get one-on-one attention from students, one-on-one feedback. It's the main goal of EAP is to have students well prepared for their future college classes. And so it's very important to for all students to fully understand, all of these academic skills that are needed for their main programs.
Okay, I think that is about it. Anybody else? Do you see any other questions that I missed, Hannah?
No, I think that's...
Okay.
Somebody asked to send the slides.
The slides.
Age limit. For sending the slides, I think if you email, you can email our student services, EAP student services, and if you contact them, you will be able to get a copy of the slides. The email address is eapstudentservices@torontosom.ca. Age limit, yes, we do not accept juniors for the main program because, again, this is intended for college students. But other than that, we accept anything above junior students, which is 16 years old.
But old people are welcome, if that was your question. Any age of adult. That looks like that's it.
Okay, could we go over to the next slide, please? All right. Courtney, do you want to finish off? Or?
Sure. So I think maybe we have one more slide after this if we want to switch over to it. I think we have pretty much, can we go to the next slide? I think we've pretty much covered it. Thank you all. I see there were about 31 people here today. I know you're all logging in from all over the world, so we definitely appreciate the time that you took to join us. Again, you can send an email. I'll put the email address that Hannah said in the chat. Again, it's EAP Student Services at torontosom.ca. If you want the slides, or if you think of a question after we finish and you want to have that answered, we can definitely do that. And I think that's it. We look forward to hopefully seeing you on campus soon. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye.